body, and they really made a good team. And since then, there's been 22 studies on visualization and cancer healing, and 18 of those studies conclusively shows visualization helps fight cancer. It's not the only treatment.
No,
it supports it.
But I believe that even when I was going through my own treatment, I truly believed that my body was cancer-free. Mm-hmm. And my doctors didn't believe me, but I knew that, and I still know that.
Do you feel there's a stigmatism for someone with cancer or someone who's a cancer survivor?
I think there can be. I think we're getting away from that with more support and all the different support groups that are out there with cancer, but I do feel, particularly the older generations, like our parents, definitely have that stigma.
Yeah, well, and it used to be with our parents' generation, cancer was equated with death.
Yes.
And what I'm hearing from you is like, no, cancer's equated with life and living.
Right. And if I had a magic wand, I would say, let's say if somebody gets diagnosed with cancer, they would say, wow, what kind of a journey are you going to go on? Because it is, there is a metaphor, God's little sense of humor. A tumor is a growth, but also in life, you do grow. You really don't have a choice. When you go through a cancer journey, you are going to grow.
Well, and I kind of know the answer to this question. I'm going to ask it anyway. What about faith? Where do you stand with faith, and do you find it helpful?
Yes, I very much, God got me through all this, and then some. God and angels and everything else, right?
And so coaching, you also kind of non-denominational. If you're called to pray, you're called to go to church or synagogue or temple, go.
Right, absolutely. Right. I think the little thing that's different for me now is I'm much more spiritual than I was before I was diagnosed. I was probably more religion before, and now I'm really not religious, I'm spiritual.
So can you talk a little about what you do each day to thrive?
Sure. What I do each day to thrive is I, first of all, just love getting up and I'm happy. I'm just happy getting out of bed.
Were you like that before the cancer?
No, I don't think I was even aware of what I was feeling. All right. I was really on the mother hamster wheel. Go, go, go. What's going on? We've got to go, go, go. And I don't do that anymore. I really focus on myself.
Now, I'm afraid some women who want to have children may be watching the show and they hear this mother hamster wheel.
Right.
And they're going, I'm not going to have children.
All right, right.
What would you say to those mothers, maybe current mothers who feel they're on the wheel, or mothers-to-be, so that they don't get into that hamster wheel like you did?
Right. I would just say always stay in touch with who you are and what makes you happy, what makes you thrive, what brings joy into your life. And if you feel like you're swimming upstream, if it doesn't feel comfortable, turn the other way, because life is supposed to be like going down the lazy river. It's not supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be full of joy.
Okay. All right. Now, do you teach any workshops at Infinity?
No, not yet. I'm working on getting in there.
And what are you interested? What will be done in your workshop?
I like to have people discover. It's called Finding Your Pep, and it's about discovering your passion and getting empowered and finding your life purpose.
And so do you have like a series of exercises or guided meditation to do that?
Yes, different exercises, discovering your passion. It's pretty easy. It's finding, really what makes you happy in your life. Mm-hmm. And that's where passion is.
And when I asked you what you do to thrive each day, I was curious as to whether or not you meditate or pray on a regular basis.
My meditation, I try to do the meditation. I'm not always very good at it, but I'll tell you what, my meditation that I do daily, 4 times a day, is I walk in the forest. I have a forest preserve behind my house, and I walk back in there, and I lose myself, and by the time I'm done, I come out of there, and I've just done the wonderful meditation. I've got all these great ideas that came to me. So yes, I guess I do.
Okay. I've actually gone to a Buddhist temple where part of their meditation, they call it walking meditation.
Yes.
So it is a form of meditation.
Yeah, I love it. I really do.
Are you walking a dog while you're doing that?
3 dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Good, good. And so, what is the difference between a cancer survivor and a cancer thriver?
Well, this is kind of where I'm going with my practice, is because a survivor is just the person that might be still done with treatment, but they are the person that might be victim, poor me, or I'm really angry that I've gone through this process. And a thriver is someone who is not angry, is really embraced the cancer experience, not the horrific path of it, but the meaning and the spiritual that they got behind it and from it.
And I know at the end of death there's different stages of dying. Is there different stages of surviving?
Yeah, I think so, but there's not anything set in stone. You can kind of come back and forth. It depends on where you are in your life, and if you're feeling fatigue or if you're feeling pain with a certain medication you're on, or what's going on, how you wallow. It's really where you are in your mind.
Now, were you always a cancer thriver, or did you go from a cancer survivor to a cancer thriver?
I think I've started out as a survivor because I always believed I was going to be okay, and I went into a thriver because that was the only place for me. I wasn't going to be a victim.
Now, wouldn't it be nice if we can just drop the title, cancer before survivor and cancer before thriver, and just be a survivor and a thriver?
Right, it would be nice. But that doesn't happen.
So do you feel like you're going to be carrying that label, cancer thriver?
That's interesting that you say that, because sometimes when I write cancer, I'm really sick of the word cancer. But I think that eventually, yes, we will just become thrivers. And it won't just be maybe a cancer. It could be heart attack, recovery people also being thrivers.
We're kind of running down on time. Is there anything that we haven't covered yet you want to discuss?
Well, if anybody has any questions or wants to know more about me, they can go to my website at gutsylady.com.
Okay. All right. And let's see. Future endeavors. You got a book coming up?
I'm writing a book right now where I'm interviewing people. I have a radio blog, and I love their story. It's about women that have gone through the cancer journey, and then they found their purpose afterwards. So it's just about writing, their purpose.
And how many women have you interviewed so far?
I've interviewed about a dozen people so far.
And do you find that finding a purpose is a common theme of
Absolutely.
thrivers?
Absolutely. And it's amazing what they've discovered. Yes.
Please tell.
There's
reveal.
one story that really moved me. This is a woman who had a 2-time cancer, and she had 7 surgeries after the second time with cancer, and it was just really brutal. And so she was...
I'm sorry, I got getting a signal to wrap it up.
Okay.
But thank you so much. To find out more information about Gutsy Lady Coaching, Infinity Foundation, InnerQuest Talk Show, stay tuned to the credits at the end, and of course, your impending book. Until next time, we wish you good health, good spirits, and good fortune. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Jay.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Same here.
Call us at 847-831-8828.